Hey, my Tom's here. I'm talking about a controversial subject, something I get comments on a lot, and I often wonder if people know what they're talking about. I am not, a sawmill master, been doing it my whole life, but I have been doing it for a number of years. It's been like 17 years or something like that. Been cutting for a long time, so on and off. And I get a lot of questions about this. What is the right speed to cut on your sawmill? Well, it depends. First and foremost, you should probably cut at the speed that is most comfortable to you. If I'm cutting something really, really wide, I'm not going to cut fast. Just not going to do it. If I'm cutting something that's really hard, again, I'm not going to cut really fast. If I'm cutting something that I believe is or classify as an expensive wood, if I'm cutting some black walnut or something I don't get a lot of down here, I'm not going to cut it really, really fast. I want to make sure I'm getting the best cut quality possible. And I get some comments. I just read a comment today. And I also just talked to Timber King too on this too. I said, hey, what is the right speed to cut at? And they said, cut at what you're comfortable. Cut at the rate at which you're getting good wood and your time is being valued. So I'm cutting on video. So I do a lot of cutting on video and I do a lot of cutting off video, but I'm not racing anybody. I'm cutting for myself and a few jobs here and there that I take on. So I'm not doing this as a full-time job. This is something I do on the side, and I enjoy doing these videos, so it's just for fun. But I get these comments all the time like, you don't know what you're doing, or you're cutting too slow, or you're cutting too fast. I mean, it's across the board, like some of the comments we get, which is quite hilarious. And the comment gallery is always fun. I mean, it's the Peanut Gallery, they always have their comments. And then I get some people say like, you should learn how to cut. You wasted a lot of wood on that cut. But what they didn't realize is what the customer was wanting. The customer wanted slabs, and then they also wanted some round pieces. That's neither here nor there. Cut at the speed or the way that you feel comfortable. I know that's kind of that's it, whatever kind of response. But I'll tell you a story. So if you've seen my video, or I talk about wavy boards and how to cut clean wood. So this right here, you can see this crazy thing right here. Hope I'm not getting too much sun on the camera. But this board right here, it was late in the day. I was trying to finish up a job. I was speeding up and I got a little bit sloppy. The blade was getting dull, but I had like just a few more cuts to go. I pushed that mill pretty hard, and as you can see, I got a big old dip out of my blade. The blade was dull, and I was just trying to finish up that job. The problem was, this was a 1.5 by 6. The problem was, I had two of these stacks next to each other, so I didn't ruin just one board, not just two boards. I actually ruined 4 boards, because on the other side, of course, you had the big hump. So that side right there, you had the big hump. So therefore, I was able to resaw that down, so not a problem. I was able to take off the hump section off 2 of the boards, but 2 of the boards were essentially lost. So I'm like, well, dang it. If I just would have slowed down and taken a little bit of time on that, because I'm not racing anybody. I'm not cutting for speed. I cut for comfort and enjoyability. I know it's kind of a stupid video, but also I'm testing out my GoPro, getting my settings right, because the first video I did with my GoPro, well, the image quality was crappy, so I upped the image quality, if you will. But again, if you run your blade too fast, you could be pushing back on your guide rollers, and then you're causing heat to transmit through that blade, and you'll have premature breakage of your blades. You also can get waves and stuff in your board if you're cutting too fast, and you could be wearing out your guide rollers and your bearings. There's all sorts of things you could wear out if you're cutting too fast. Conversely, if you're cutting too slow, you could be taking the set out of your blade. Yes, if I'm cutting live oak or white oak and everything, I'm cutting slow, I'm essentially taking the set out of my blade, but I don't care because I sharpen and set my own blades. So there's pluses and minuses to everything. I'm going to go ahead and try to cut a video today. I'm going to do this on another video, but I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. This is some white cedar, and I'll cut fast and I will cut slow. I will cut however I feel comfortable cutting this log. And yes, I do appreciate the comments and everything, and I get a kick out of them sometimes too, but just had to put it out there. For all you new sawyers out there, there is no set speed that you have to cut at. Cut at the speed that you feel comfortable operating your mill. If you're doing this for a business, if you're doing this to make a livelihood, then yes, time is money, and therefore you should probably cut fast. But you want to also make sure that you're cutting quality wood. So take it with a grain of salt. Hope you enjoyed playing with the camera, getting a video out there. We'll see you. Thanks.